We have the OTS Pack 21 coming very soon. You're not excited?
I think that is probably the worst OTS pack in recent memory.
Welcome to the Pod of Desires podcast.
I like that name.
Yeah,
I like that
cool.
name. That's dope.
You know
That's
the worst
dope.
part? Pod of Greed was taken.
Oh, come on. They can't hit you like that.
So yeah, we're here with the Kali Effect, incredible YouTuber, one of the mainstays of the community. Sorry if I'm bragging too much about you right here.
I'm just excited to be here, man. It's an honor to have you come all the way out from Canada.
From Belgium, man.
Wait, I thought you were from Canada.
No.
Wait, who said Canada then? My apologies. I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
I could have sworn it was Canada. But that's even further, though. That's crazy. You came all the way out here from Belgium?
Yeah, it's 16 hours of travel. It was.
God. How was the waffles?
They're good. Belgian waffles are really good.
Have you had out here waffles?
Sadly, yes.
Okay, don't be making fun of my waffles, okay?
You should come to Belgium and then you can, compare.
Hey, 16 hours? I don't know. I mean, it might be worth it for some waffles, though. I ain't gonna cap.
Yeah,
Like,
for
good
sure,
waffles are good waffles.
Awesome. So the way I want to do this podcast usually is we're gonna like start with a bit of the news, stuff that's happening right now, give our thoughts. Then we talk about you, because obviously people want to hear about you. And then finally, just, Yu-Gi-Oh! In general, hit it off a little bit like that. So in terms of news, of course, we have the OTS Pack 21 coming very soon. You're not excited?
I think that is probably the worst OTS pack in recent memory.
Really?
Yes.
The one coming now with the Sprite Blue?
You're gonna hear a lot of hot takes from me. Like,
Okay,
that's all
okay,
I'm just full of hot takes.
This is perfect.
So I think... So players are excited about this pack right now.
Yep.
Because it does have reprints to Sprite Blue, Catch Tira Finra, and the Tier Limit Monster.
Yeah, Rhino Heart. Yeah.
And I think that that's cool to be excited for stuff right now, but if you look historically back at some of the other Astro or OTS packs, I'm showing my age right here, some of the other packs, historically they always give you a staple card that lasts for a long time. Then they give you an extra deck card that lasts for a decent amount of time, and then they cater to a particular archetype. And this one is just cater to archetype, cater to archetype, cater to archetype.
Yes.
Which is okay, but when you look at the archetypes, this can only mean two things.
Banlist nukes the pack.
Well, yeah, banlist nukes the pack, but even worse, we are going to expect a Sprite Cash Tira Tier Limit format for a very long time, and I don't know a lot of players that are excited about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's like, this ain't good. And then the super rares, I think what a lot of people don't pay attention to is that they always chase off the ultimate rares. Those super rares are normally bangers.
Yeah.
This is probably the worst set of super rares I've ever seen. I think we can all universally agree with that.
Though, to be fair, I'm a tier player, by the way, so we might do a
you're
little
excited.
fighting here.
Rhino?
Half of this, we got the Merly, in Super, Sprite Red in Super.
Yeah.
I know if you were hoping for something else, like did you have anything in mind?
Well, I mean, there's a couple, like Ash Blossom, that would be nice one of these days, right? Like all the other Ghost Girls are going to get an ulti print except for that. We finally did get Swap Frog, but again, that's me showing my boomer. That was years ago. Ulti Lady Labyrinth would have been nice, but again, that's my bias right there.
Yeah.
I think that there was a couple of cards in the game, just like staple cards, maybe like Triple Tactics Talent or something like that, that would have been highly sought after for long periods of time, as opposed to this, which we know has a limited market.
Yeah, that's true. I do understand that. Yeah, like we had like Nibiru, Abyss Dweller, and so forth previously.
Infinite Impermanent stuff like that for years. I mean, Maxi's banned, right?
Yeah.
Maxi's, I think, how much is it per copy for ulti?
300, 500, something crazy like that.
It's disgusting. I've had them since they came out. I got them for $50.
Oh, that's
like,
crazy.
what are we doing here?
One day they'll come back and then you're going to be rich, 3K a piece and so forth.
I might be able to afford this equipment.
Yeah. All right, so beyond the OTS that you don't seem to like, there is something you might like here, and that's they announced Yu-Gi-Oh! Worlds. That's coming back, in coming August. And the craziest part is that Master Duel will be part of it.
I like that. I think that so my problem with Master Duel is that it's a great game, but it feels like Konami doesn't know how to market it correctly.
Yeah.
And actually coming out with a direction for it, like, hey, we're going to take Master Duel and make it where players can get to the grand stage strictly through Master Duel, like they said, I think it's a good thing. Yeah. But I think that there is going to be some problems that need to be addressed in Master Duel. Like
Best of One?
I actually like Best of One. You don't like Best of One?
I'm fine with it. I'm more fine with it than others because I play Vanguard, and that's always Best of One.
Fair.
Kill me. But beyond that, there's Maxi maybe? Is there anything else?
I think floodgates.
Oh,
I
yes.
think the biggest problem with Master Duel is floodgates. I don't think Maxi is as problematic as floodgate Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah.
Like floodgate Yu-Gi-Oh cards force you to play particular cards to out them.
Yeah.
And then when you play those particular cards and we get into a meta that those cards aren't good against,
Yep.
like Harpy's Feather Duster against Sprite isn't like
Yeah.
it's not the bee's knees, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you get punished. So it's
Yes.
like it's a really, really tough situation to be in when I think
Mm-hmm.
floodgates, but Maxi I don't think is problematic.
Yeah.
And
okay.
that's a hot take.
Yeah, I know that's a really hot take, but I think if we talked about that, it could be like a 2-hour podcast, which I don't think you have time
Yeah,
for.
yeah.
The only thing that I do think is fine-er about the floodgates is the fact that a lot of the good decks coming right now are usually going to have a back row, you know? So you're going to have Tier with a Sulic, you're going to have Sprite with the Smashers. So that makes it so, like, if you want a main deck like a Cosmic Cyclone, it's not as bad.
Yeah.
But at least I get you. I
But
hate
then we're
floodgates
playing the
too.
numbers game on top of that. Let's say if
Yes.
you main deck one copy, you have an 11% chance
Oh,
of
yeah.
opening it
Yeah, that's
against
awful.
their two copies, and then they have their
Yep.
desires, prosperity, duality, and then some decks are just full of floodgates.
Yep.
So you got one out to that floodgate, but I'm playing several floodgates.
Yep.
It's a really tricky situation. I actually do prefer best of one. I think
Yeah.
that TCG should strongly consider it.
Whoa,
That's-
that is a hot take.
Full of hot takes, my friend. I mean, think about it. Look at it from this perspective.
Okay.
How many events have you been to, Yu-Gi-Oh wise?
So I've been to every YCS in Europe since they came back just now, and then I
Okay.
went to YCS Pasadena, and we actually missed each other.
Oh,
somehow.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, crazy, man.
Yeah. I should-
Yeah, so we were at Pasadena for who knows how long.
Yeah.
It opened up at, I think, 10.
Yep.
We didn't start playing till, like, I think 11.
Yep.
We weren't done with day one until what?
Midnight-ish.
Yeah.
Almost.
So for Vanguard, how long does it take for you guys to get a several round of
it's real quick. Like we have 1-day events.
Oh,
We literally
interesting.
do our top cut on the same day.
Gee, I wonder why.
yeah,
right?
it's the best of one thing.
Look,
right?
that's what. Look, I think that there's definitely going to have to be a lot of changes within the TCG card game,
Okay.
in order to satisfy best of one. Because the same problems for Master Duel would leak over, right?
Yeah.
But I know for a fact I am not trying to sit in front of smelly, stinky Yu-Gi-Oh players for 2 days straight.
Are you talking about me?
No, talking about Top Deck TJ.
Oh, damn.
But I definitely don't want to sit in front of the same faces all day playing the same game over and over. I don't know. Maybe it's my ADHD, but I can't do something for that long.
Okay.
I start to be like, I'll be undefeated and drop. It happens all the time. I come to locals, I will go undefeated and just drop and top it.
Okay. I feel you. I mean, personally, in Vanguard, we have people talking about like, oh, we need best of 3, like constantly.
Don't.
you know?
Grass ain't always greener, my guy. Grass is not greener.
Speaking of grass is greener, I wish that card came back.
See, now you're saying hot takes here. I personally don't think that the card could. I
No.
don't think it would start. Well, no, I don't think it'd start too many problems, but
I think it would.
It definitely, okay, it starts a problem that we don't need. It's
Yes.
not necessarily would be like hugely problematic, but it's definitely problems we don't need.
Yes. I mean,
So-
can you imagine like going grass, Kelbic, or Agido?
All right, we
Yeah,
don't need that.
yeah.
We don't need that. We don't need that. Well, so
Okay.
you go Grass, Kelbic, Agido, and the new tier limit monster?
Yep,
So
yep.
you're going to
Mill
send
12 on top of.
Oh, yeah, come on now.
Yeah.
You might as well just play deck out. You're not playing tier limit.
That
You're just going
sounds
to deck
great.
them out.
Yeah. That's some runic cards to really get it going, you know?
You're chaotic. You're chaotic. I love this guy. Where'd you get him?
Belgium, clearly. Or Canada, you know, whatever you prefer.
Hey, Belgium's in Canada now.
Today, we're at a sneak preview, actually, you know,
Mm-hmm.
Photon Hypernova. I don't know how excited you are for this set. It seems you're not the biggest fan of tier or cash tier, so maybe this is
I'm
not a
not.
set.
I'm not necessarily against those particular strategies.
Uh-huh.
I just understand what most players think.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like most players can't afford a cash tier a deck. Like,
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
out here in USD, it's $850. It's a lot of money, right?
Yes, yes.
Even tier limit. Tier limit has gotten significantly cheaper, but $300-$400 isn't necessarily on someone's mind when it comes to playing Yu-Gi-Oh casually.
Yeah.
And Konami has put us in a situation where these decks probably should have been brought out differently to ease them into the competitive game while also keeping budget players in mind.
I see. So how would you do that then?
So first of all, the Shizu card should have never existed.
Yeah, true.
That's like hands down.
Yep.
I have a whole video about this. Like it's a totally different idea on how Konami can approach it, but to break it down, maybe Konami should just make 2 sets a year.
2.
2 sets a year. 2 sets a year.
Oh.
Think about it. Look at
Okay.
about this. Photon Hypernova has everybody highlights Cash Tira.
Yeah.
Photon actually does not look terrible.
Yeah.
It got better. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say it's anywhere near like an amazing deck, but
Yeah.
it got better. Labyrinth got tremendously better.
That's true.
Like so many archetypes in here that actually got viable as opposed to if you look at some of the older sets. Let's take, for example, Eternity Code.
Okay.
I'm taking you way back to the Boomer days. Like there was like 2 or 3 decks that got support, but everything else kind of like got nothing.
Okay.
These decks actually got significantly better. Let's say that Konami actually takes these particular strategies and makes them competitive for 6 months.
Okay.
Imagine if we get Photon Hypernova, and this is almost the same logic that gaming companies do.
Yeah.
We get Photon Hypernova and Galaxy, Despia branded, whatever else is in there, it's very viable and evenly competitive for 6 months. Would you get bored of that format?
I think the very competitive players might, because they really want that constant hit of resolving the format, resolving. But I think everyone else would actually like it.
And that can still be introduced.
Yeah.
Let's say 3 months in, instead of a main set, you introduce a side set like Amazing Defenders, except you don't make 3 trash archetypes. Like it's almost like it's.
To be fair, the one Mikanko thing you can play as an engine pretty solid, but everything else.
It's not like Amazing Defenders is the worst thing in the world.
Oh, this whole vlog is going.
Oh wait, what? I'm so sorry, my man.
Oh no, it's fine. This is great content.
Everything is great content. These logos, my dogs, but sheesh.
Yeah, I mean this logo is awesome.
This is hands down my favorite locals in a very long time. Like the people here are amazing.
Yes.
There's not a single thief here. There's not a single bad person here. Everyone here in the Las Vegas community is just straight up amazing.
Yeah.
Like 10-10 phenomenal.
Awesome.
Wouldn't trade them for the world.
Awesome.
Except for Top Deck TJ.
Yeah, so actually yesterday I came here, I went like, oh, can we film here? They went, yeah, enjoy. I'm like, what? In
Belgium, I probably should have told you head up. Like, if you would have mentioned me, B would have probably rolled out the red carpet for you. That's my dog. I try to stay low-key and inconspicuous, but
Moving on to, let's say, the more specific guest section right here, talking a little bit about you. We just talked about Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot. I actually first found you because you made a lot of, like, rogue-type decks and tried to make them as good as possible, right? Like, you had, like, your zombie decks and so forth. However, these days, you have, like, a lot of content. So let's say, in a more generic way, like, what are you about right now?
I like Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay, that's a start.
I like playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I like making content about Yu-Gi-Oh! More importantly, I think that a lot of people come to Yu-Gi-Oh! Because, what up, my dog? They come to Yu-Gi-Oh! Because they want to escape from a particular reality, or maybe they want to chill out and relax. And as a professional, my job is to provide another form of relaxation or time for people to spend out and still being able to gather themselves and come back even stronger than whatever they want to do. It's kind of like, when you take your lunch break and you take like just a whatever lunch break and you come back and I want people to feel like how I feel when I take a break from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
I want them to feel refreshed and ready to come back into the life and ready to handle their day-to-day tasks and just be, great.
Yeah, there's actually something I really like about your content. Like one thing you, for example, say all the time is like, if your day didn't start right, don't let the beginning of your day ruin the rest of your day. Like this overall really positive, motivational vibe that you're bringing to people. Do you feel like you've always had that, or is that something that gradually grew as you like grinded, in Yu-Gi-Oh! In general?
Well, I've always been I don't think eccentric's the correct word. I've always been a guy that's full of energy. Let's put it that way. And I think I got to give shout outs to my boy Top Deck TJ. And I'm going to keep on mentioning that man's name to the death of him. That's my little brother. Without getting into too much detail, my man's is going through some things.
Okay.
And he's seen me go through some things. That's my boy. We pretty much grew up together. And I wanted to let him know that no matter what he went through, it's all right. Because first of all, I'm your bro. We gonna be good, dog. As long as I'm alive, we straight. And all of my family members and everybody that's close to me, I wanted to let them know that it doesn't matter how we started off. It matters how we finish. And that's where that pretty much came from. But I've always been the person to bring my family member and my teammates and whatever it is up and get us to the right path to the winning way.
Awesome. That's some real motivational stuff. One day you're going to be like a motivational speaker. We're going to cut this up, put some music under it.
Plot twist. I wanted to be a pastor at one point in time.
Oh,
in my
really?
Life. Yeah, it was the worst decision of my life, but it was there. You know what I mean? I think I've always been that person to get people to do,
Yeah, at this point you can be like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Evangelist,
Oh, God. Does that mean I only have to play fairy monsters?
No, you can play whatever
Okay,
you
good,
want.
because I'm playing nothing but fiends, all right? That's how we're doing it.
Yeah, maybe
Mommy
that's-
milkers, evil eyes, that's all we're playing. Fiend monsters, that's it.
Holy shit. Okay. Speaking of energy, you collabed on a branded Despia rap. Yeah.
Normal Lube, or that's
yeah.
Alistair for you Zoomers.
Yeah.
That was hot. That was hot.
That was fire. So how did that come about?
My boy, Master Duel Central. Shout out to my boy Jimmy. That's my dog too. Hey, if you my dog, you my dog. You my dog, by the way. It ain't no
wow,
escaping
already?
this.
That's
Yeah, hey,
crazy.
look, it's energy. You just pick up off of energy. He made a Kanye West remix
Okay.
of Master Duel. You know, and I always find something wrong. So if anybody can remix that song and do a cover of it correctly, I know you know something about music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he sent that to me. I was like, yo, I got on there. He was like, I just need you to lip sync. I wrote a whole verse for that.
Oh,
and so he
nice.
was like, let me have you hop on this other track. Like,
Yeah.
you know, because he didn't put the verse out or anything. You know, I didn't really
Yeah.
get it to him or anything. So he sends me, you know, the beginning of the song.
Yeah.
And all I hear is wow, like the anime wow, the wow. And I'm like, yo, I got to. So back in my younger days, when I lived in LA, I used to want to be a rapper.
Yeah.
So this pretty much just kind of transferred over. The pen just took over, and I just, you know,
Start writing some verses.
I just wrote the verse, and then I recorded. I think it took me maybe 15 minutes to write and record the verse. I know it was less than an hour. Just put it that
okay.
way.
Natural
to write
right
and
here.
record the verse, and then I sent it back to him. He was like, "This fire," and we've been making music ever since. We actually got a couple other tracks that we're gonna come out with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Make a whole EP out of it.
Yeah,
and so
actually,
forth?
that's the plan. We're gonna
Oh,
make a
okay.
Yu-Gi-Oh EP.
Oh, that's crazy.
But speaking of such, we gotta talk about it. Now that you reminded me, we gotta talk.
I made a rap. You know, it was fire out of 10. I would say.
My guy, look, your rock, your metal, disgustingly good.
Okay.
I'm
Thanks.
bumps with it.
Okay.
The GX, the Tune World.
Yeah.
I was playing it on stream yesterday. Bumps
Oh,
with it.
okay.
Then they was like, because I was like, I know this guy.
Yeah.
But then they was like, yo, click on the Triff disc. I'm like, Triff disc. And I clicked on it. I was like, I see this video before. My guy, you're great at metal. Let's stick to that. Let's stick to that.
Yeah. So the story with that one, right, was my actual career is in metal music.
Oh,
Like,
no wonder why you're.
thank
wonder why you're a baller. It makes
Thank
sense.
you. So that's the thing I actually do. But then obviously that means you have access to equipment.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, if you diss someone, you know,
That's fair.
That's on rap.
Yeah,
But I can't rap for shit.
You know, if you ever need to come on wax and actually diss
Yeah.
somebody, a few tips.
Okay.
Don't start off dissing them. Okay,
Okay.
you gotta get people into a vibe. If I come on violent and trying to diss it, nah.
Yeah.
You gotta talk about
That
how-
violence comes from the metal, you know. I'm like,
Yeah, no,
really?
you can't. You gotta ease into it. You gotta talk about how you cool, how you had a trip to Calabasas, how you know
okay.
girls all on you, all that. You know, you
Okay.
gotta talk about that first.
Oh,
then you be
okay.
like, this little guy, who is this? And then
Oh.
you know, because now you just came off like a hater. Like,
Yeah,
like
okay.
it feels immediately like you came off. If you check some of the most iconic rap diss songs, they never just start off talking about like
Okay.
you. They
Yeah.
gotta, you know, we gotta feel it.
Yeah.
The next thing, hire a writer.
No, that would cost money, man. It's all into this stuff.
You know,
like-
oh, that's fair. That's fair. I know that, like, the way you rap is how you sing,
Yeah.
but you don't rap how you sing.
Yeah.
You can't mix ointment with enjoyment and employment. Well, however you can't. Some of the words that you said, like, yes, they rhyme, but you can't do that in rap. Like, you gotta, your cadence, it's definitely metal.
Yeah.
But overall, you had some bars. I ain't gonna count.
Oh, okay,
You
okay.
had some that was like, all right,
Okay.
I forgot what you say.
We just need a producer to, like, you know, fix everything.
Yeah,
And then
and a writer.
and a writer.
and the editing was top tier.
Oh, okay.
Editing was like 10-10. Some of the bars was like, that was dope.
And then
you know?
everything else was.
Yeah, like starting off with small peen. I was like,
Oh, yeah. You know, the issue was penis was 2 syllables and I needed 1. I was like, you know what?
but you can't start off like that. You don't start off by, you just don't do that.
Well, I did. It's too late now. It's out there, so.
It was funny. It was funny. You know what? We might just play it at the start of every stream.
Okay.
We might.
okay,
we
okay.
might. We might. Just let
You
them know.
might, you might lose some viewers though. But
And then in your comment section, I love them. Oh, this is fire. This is the GOAT. I'm like, yo, they ride with him. They ride with him. Can't even be bad. They ride with my mans.
okay, holy shit. Somehow we need to get this from this rap to the other questions. I don't even know.
Well,
okay.
I actually have a question for you.
Okay,
If,
go
you know,
ahead.
so hopefully
No,
it'll
yeah,
help
for
you
sure.
transition. You are, from what I've gathered,
Hmm?
one of the best Vanguard players
Oh, thank you so
in
much.
the entire world.
I'm a very competitive Vanguard player.
The
let's say
best Vanguard player. One of, like, I know 2 Vanguard players
that. Okay.
out of all 4 of you guys, right?
Out of all 4, yeah.
So I know half of the community, right?
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
but in all seriousness, you are one of the best Vanguard players in the entire world from all of the research. I've seen your collection, dog. It's out of this world. It's insane. I've
Okay.
seen your trophies on trophies on trophies, dog. How does it feel to be at the pinnacle of a card game?
You should ask Jesse Cotton. I don't
I'm
know.
not
like-
interviewing Jesse. I'm interviewing the best in Vanguard.
Okay. So I appreciate it first of all. Yeah, Vanguard's like a smaller game, obviously. You know, like it used to be at like number 4. You know, like you have Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh was always just the top. And
Yeah.
all the rest is like was 20 miles below them constantly. So Vanguard used to be in the 4. Now you have a lot of other card games. You know, you have Digimon, you have Dragon Ball Super.
One Piece just came out.
One Piece just came out. One Piece is like huge right now, but you know it ebbs and flows. Like a new card game will drop, it will suddenly be at 4, then it will start falling down. You know, Vanguard at one point. So now it's just one of those smaller card games, not touching.
Where would you put it in the list? I'm curious.
I don't know. At this point, because so many card games are so hyped, I think maybe 7 or 8, you know,
Okay.
something along those lines. But then again, you know, when Dragon Ball Super came out, people thought, oh, this will kill Yu-Gi-Oh for sure. You know, you always have that.
Everything kills Yu-Gi-Oh for sure.
Force of will, you know, where the fuck is that shit? there's always some new card game that's hella hyped on release and then starts gradually falling off. So I think once all this stabilizes, I can see Vanguard going back to like 5 or 6 or whatever. But right now I think 7, 8, somewhere in that range. So I find it very hard to be like super, whoa, I'm so good, when the card game overall is, you know, a fair bit smaller than Yu-Gi-Oh. You
Hey,
know?
man, look.
Like,
I don't care if it's 3 people in the room.
yeah.
I don't care if it's 2 people in the room. If you're him, you're him. And right now, you're him. I'm tired of you being all that humble. and shit. You're him.
Okay,
You're
okay.
him.
Okay, thanks, man. I will say yes, I am one of the best Vanguard players.
There
But-
you go.
Okay,
I'm just
okay,
saying. So,
okay.
so like you walk into the room, they know you're gonna do well more often than not.
Yes.
And no disrespect to anybody else
Mm-hmm.
who's playing Vanguard. All 3 of you guys are phenomenal too. But like, you're like,
Hey, all 7 Yu-Gi-Oh players shouldn't be too excited right now, you know?
it's Jesse Cotton with 4 different expressions first, right?
But yeah, it does bring like some interesting challenges, and I
Mm-hmm.
imagine it's the same for Yu-Gi-Oh, where like you find some new tech for an event, and you're like, shit, if I play this at a locals for even 1 second, the
Everybody's
internet will
gonna-
know.
yeah.
So like, I'm constantly paranoid. We have CFA, which is kind of our dueling book. I need to constantly like make new accounts
So
just
they
to
don't
rotate
catch on to
names
you.
so people don't know.
Yeah.
I need to keep everything secret. I can only play this like against myself or like the couple people I trust. So that's like,
Dang, that sucks.
yeah, it's kind of a challenge, but I can still play like rogue garbage, you know,
Yeah,
and people
and
can
nobody,
see that.
yeah, they're just like, he's just playing real
Yeah,
garbage.
who cares?
That makes sense. That
Yeah.
I didn't ever think about that. My aspirations for being the best Yu-Gi-Oh player,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I ever had them. I wanted to be the best vendor at one point in time.
Okay.
Then I bought my house with Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and after that, I
Oh,
just kind of
congrats.
wanted to make everybody feel good about themselves. So,
Yeah, you're doing that for sure.
thank you. I do have another question.
Okay.
So Vanguard Premium
Yeah.
is the competitive level of.
So basically, Vanguard has 3 formats, right?
Yeah.
And all 3 are considered like competitive formats.
Okay.
But Standard is the one that only uses cards from like the last 2 years.
Okay.
So I would compare it to like Speed Duels or Rush Duels in terms of like.
What, Premium's Rush Duels?
No. Premium is like the Eternal format. You know,
Okay.
Premium is all the cards.
Oh,
So,
okay.
So like Yu-Gi-Oh, non-rotating, you have in Vanguard.
Yeah.
In Premium, you have like 10 years of cards.
Okay.
In Yu-Gi-Oh, that's now 20. years of
20,
cards?
25. They're on a 25th
Oh,
anniversary.
yeah, but that
think about
includes
that.
like OCG and
Well, I mean,
Japanese
for
stuff, right?
Yu-Gi-Oh, 21. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So basically, 21 cards, 21 years of cards in Vanguard. That's 10 years. But you have 3 formats basically. All 3 are like competitively valid. But I do find Premium to be the most interesting because you can like randomly find a card from 2014 and go, whoa, this breaks shit right now.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of
Okay.
like in Yu-Gi-Oh. Like you had Smoke Grenade of the Thief breaking stuff with Inferno Full Nice.
Yeah, the card that is old as most people watching this.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So that happens in Premium and that can't happen in Standard because that
Because
format only has
standards.
2 years.
Okay, that
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense. I was gonna ask a question on how would you think that Yu-Gi-Oh would be able to do that?
Like
But
rotate?
I thought that the different formats were just like different levels of play. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like Premium is for a certain amount of players that play, a certain pool of cards, but not, dated by an exact number. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of like how Pokemon has a rotation, but a little different.
Yeah. So Pokemon has like a
Every so
constant
year they-
rotation.
yeah.
And then they also have a format that like lasts a little longer in terms of rotation. Like expanded, I think is 4 or 5 years. I don't know, something along those
Yeah,
lines.
something like that.
I'm not a Pokemon player. Vanguard is literally like, man, you take Yu-Gi-Oh for one format, you take Magic for another.
Yeah.
Kind of pulling from everything. So
Okay.
I don't know how Yu-Gi-Oh would implement that. This
mean,
is actually one of the questions, so it's good you asked.
Okay.
Rotation in Yu-Gi-Oh.
I
is
mean,
something
I
people
think I
bring
have
up.
an answer now. I think I
Yeah?
have an answer. So it seems really, really simple. If you've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh for long enough, you can almost see how you would want to do a rotation.
Yeah.
So everything before Power of the Elements,
Yeah.
dead.
Whoa.
Dead. I mean, this is how Yu-Gi-Oh would do a rotation.
Okay.
Everything before Power of the Elements, completely dead.
Okay.
And then they would make a side set to reprint, the cards that Galaxy cards for Photon, Hypernova,
Yeah.
Gishki cards, and all that other stuff to keep you up to date and probably update the card text.
Okay.
And then that would be like the competitive, and then you'd have like a standard, which would be maybe Eternity Code all the way up until now.
Okay.
And then you'd have like
So you would have 3 formats?
I think 3 would be able to do it. We could do
Whoa.
it.
Yeah, I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh can do anything. You have thousands of players in every single location. That's very easy.
I think it's really easy because like you can literally see if you play long enough, or if you're really invested into the game, you can really see the cutoff dates.
Yeah.
Like Eternity Code marked a whole new era of Yu-Gi-Oh, and Power of the Elements has changed from Eternity Code.
Yes.
So like you can visibly see the card
Yeah,
shift.
yeah. Power of the Elements is like power creep incarnate. It's like just a whole new world.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you can physically see where a rotation could happen. All you have to do is just tell people what they can and can't play.
But do you think that would be good for the game, though?
Good for the game? Well, good question.
Yeah, I don't know about that personally. I think, like, when I came back to Yu-Gi-Oh, it was the fact that I could take my garbage light swords, slap them into zombies, put in the tiers, and be like, whoa, I got a deck, Whereas if you rotate...
Not a good one, but you got a deck.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing. Your cards technically are still allowed. And I
Okay.
think that's a really good thing about Yu-Gi-Oh, personally.
Yeah, so for player growth, no, it'd be terrible.
Yeah, okay.
For competitive Yu-Gi-Oh, it'd be easier to control.
Yeah.
So
that's
look, I
true.
mean, we won't have cards like Smoke Grenade of the Thief
Yeah.
ruining a format. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like it won't be this super secret Yu-Gi-Oh card that Konami forgot about because they have over 10,000 Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah, exactly.
Ruining what we're doing. So
Yeah.
I think there's a balance.
Yeah, I feel you. Okay. Yeah, personally, I think like if they would get into rotation, I'm afraid they're gonna get into like Pokemon and MTG waters where people are like, if I'm gonna play a rotating game, maybe I prefer this other one. Whereas now they know, I like my Eternal. Only Yu-Gi-Oh gives me that, at least properly. Magic doesn't really
Yeah.
help their Eternal format.
I mean, if somebody's gonna go play Magic for Yu-Gi-Oh, they're a lost cause to be.
Well,
I'm just
you're
messing
gonna
with
piss
Magic
off
play.
Vanguard. You're gonna piss off Magic. What about Pokemon? Huh?
I can't. I love Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
I can't even pick on Pokemon.
Okay, that's the one
Pokemon has
community.
things that I'm jealous of. Full arts. Full arts.
Yeah.
Like I mean, full art Yu-Gi-Oh
True.
cards would be dope. So like,
True.
But the other player, I can pick on you guys all. I love you guys. You guys are like little brothers.
Yeah, it's actually true though. Like a lot of the Vanguard players are like ex-Yu-Gi-Oh players when Yu-Gi-Oh had a pretty bad format. At
Oh
the time.
yeah. It was around 2014.
Anywhere. Is it 12, 13, 14?
Oh
Somewhere?
well, yeah, that was terrible. Now that I think about it, Dragon Ruler
Yeah,
format.
yeah.
And I remember It happened here at this very shop.
Okay.
This was a different shop around that time.
Okay.
And it was a whole bunch of players that was like, oh, I quit Yu-Gi-Oh! Vanguard's gonna take over anyways. It's gonna be the next best game. It's gonna be the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Top Deck TJ did the same thing.
Oh,
and here we
based.
are now.
It's okay. Force of Will did it after. Dragon Ball Super came after.
Every
Digimon. Now it's gonna be One Piece.
What Piece people play saying that? I haven't heard a One Piece player say that.
Oh, so you have a lot of people right now who are like, oh, One Piece is gonna kill everything, this
Oh
and that.
my God.
Especially in Japan right now, people are going mad.
Why can't card games just coexist at this point in time?
Because people only have so much money, you know?
Oh,
They
yeah, I
either
guess you got a
spend it
point.
on a card game or these fucking microphones or you know, another card game.
You're not wrong. You're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
wrong. You're not wrong. I could see that.
Yeah, that's like the one thing. Another thing that could be done right now, and I think is far more realistic rather than rotation, is something people have been bringing up, a nuke ban list.
Like
three-
what they did in 2019.
Yeah, like 3-4 years ago, they did
Yeah.
one where they were like, you know what, this format, all these cards you guys like, it's too bad. You know?
You guys are legitimate Zoomers.
Yeah.
How long have you been playing Yu-Gi-Oh again?
So I started with Starter Deck Pegasus.
Okay.
Which is like 2003. Then I played until Teledad format,
Okay.
where I was playing regionals. Then I quit. Then I came back. I started following again in 2018, well, collecting actually, and playing
Smart you.
again after.
Smart you.
Yeah,
Smart you.
Did I
Very-
dodge like good stuff?
You dodged a lot. So this nuke ban list used to
Yeah.
happen every 6 months. Like I don't
Oh.
yeah, like after Teledad is when archetypes started taking over a little bit more.
Yeah.
So obviously you
Yeah,
missed that.
Gladiator Beast was like the first
Yeah,
one.
Gladiator
and
Beast
then-
and Lightsworn was some of the better
Yeah,
decks,
yeah.
but like after Teledad format, we had Blackwing format, Synchro Cat format, this, that, like
Yeah.
literally decks that were defined, and then the ban list would come around and just murder those decks.
Yeah.
And people complained about it.
Yeah.
So like they're gonna pick something to complain about.
Yeah, definitely.
Konami should just make better cards. Skill issue.
Oh, okay, okay. But do you think though, like, let's say there was a nuke ban list right now, what all would they kill?
Actual prediction.
Yeah, I know you've already done
Yeah,
videos
yeah,
on
yeah,
this,
yeah.
so like,
I think the best way is to say this
okay,
is nothing relevant to keep competitive players pissed,
okay,
and then they'd bring off stuff to appease the casuals.
okay.
I mean, this is just going off of what they've done so many years.
Yeah.
They would literally hit something like the Adventure Engine and limit Triple Tactics talent.
Okay, that sounds awful.
Have you seen Last Forbidden List?
Yes, I'm aware. I'm well aware.
They'll
It
give
was
us Salomon Great Gazelle the 3.
Yeah, yeah. Where is my instant fusion? Where is the Dweller? You know, why are these still here?
No. I can see them go limit Right of Air Macier, limit Triple Tactics talent, unlimit Salomon Great Gazelle, limit Thunder Dragon Colossus. Here's your format, guys.
I didn't come here to be hurt. You know, like I was hoping for a podcast, not torture.
But honestly, how many times has Konami done this?
I know, I'm well
Like-
aware. But like, imagine though if we didn't do one like that, and
Oh,
we
an actual good one?
actual nuke,
Oh, okay.
not
Well,
necessarily good, just
then you
nuke.
ban Instant Fusion and you limit Finra or something like that. That's pretty much.
Only that we don't like ban Kit Kalos.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, you ban Medora and Keldo. That's it.
Oh, really? Kelbeck and Agido can stay?
I don't care about those.
Oh,
I don't think. I think that they're problematic, but not as problematic as the shufflers. Think about
Okay.
it, because you're a tier limits player.
Yeah.
How many times do the shufflers bail you out or disrupt your opponent where they can't play?
Yeah. Right now I play one Kelbeck. And that's it. And that's wrong, by the way. But I just don't want to play into that
I don't think it's
tasking.
wrong. I don't
That
think it's wrong.
tasking is so insane,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
That's the one thing.
I don't think it's wrong to limit your milling cards.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of players that just don't play Yugioh. And in
Yeah.
my particular tier limit player deck, I don't play Kelbeck.
Oh, okay.
It's no point.
Only
I
the
have,
shufflers?
Yeah, I have
Okay.
the Scream.
Yeah.
I have the new tier limit monster.
Yep.
I have enough to send from the top of my deck to the graveyard without potentially going into the mirror match and getting you to send your cards and relying on my shufflers.
Yeah, for sure.
What I'm going to do is get my shufflers into the graveyard, and I'm going to disrupt your strategy.
Yeah.
And I'm going to disrupt his strategy. And I'm going to disrupt his strategy.
Yeah.
Anytime I want to.
Yeah.
So,
To me, it's just like tasking just came out, and
Mm-hmm.
that shit is insane.
yeah, I mean, and you don't want to trade tasking for a Kelbeck, right?
Yeah,
But you
exactly.
would definitely trade tasking for disrupting their graveyard when they want to get cards out
Yes,
to their field.
yes, absolutely.
Like, you can get whatever spell and trap card you want as long as I can prevent you from hypothetically monster reborning Exodia head to win the game. I don't know. You know what I mean. But you get what I'm saying.
For sure. do you think though that tasking is like as insane as people are saying, or do
No.
you think no, it's overrated?
No, I think it's vastly overrated. I think
Okay.
in the near future,
Yeah.
players won't be playing tasking.
Oh, because people might be like starting to metagame and stop playing monster effects in opponent's turns, or
Well, tasking feels like Nibiru.
Okay.
Tasking feels like it's a really, really good card.
When people don't play.
Yeah, if your opponent doesn't respect it.
Yeah.
So once players start to respect it, it becomes a less desirable card. Now we know tasking is genuinely only good when your opponent controls a monster.
Yeah.
And activates a monster effect.
Yes.
Because what the hell am I going to do? I'm going to get a spell or trap card and not be able to use it?
Find Sanctum. Yeah, I know.
Like if they ask you and you go tasking for the Sanctum and they're playing something like, I don't know, Labyrinth or something, then what are we doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas opposed to cards like Tactics Talent, I think that's what people were comparing it to because of the name, you know, similarities. Talent allowed you to play it no matter what.
Yeah, you could check the hand, grab something, and so forth.
At least draw 2 cards.
Yeah.
And you know what we would do for draw 2 cards.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
So I think once players start like respecting it, especially since Bestials are going to be played a little bit less, it's not going to be as powerful.
Okay. That's not as hot of a take as some we've had today, but still a pretty solid hot take, you know.
I think that is a fire take. People are gonna be, it's gonna be played in every deck, and we're gonna play 2 and 2 of each, and it's gonna be great. All right, man.
I mean, I think it's gonna be played, but I think a lot of people actually still agree with this one.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll try to get hotter on my takes.
Okay. Well, I think this is then a great moment for our very last question, because it is the pod of desires. I think we should talk about desires and basically. No, not the fucked up way. Just Yu-Gi-Oh! Specific desires. So if there was one thing you could have right now in Yu-Gi-Oh! Anything, whether it's for your YouTube channel or for the game or for the players, just one wish, one desire you can have right now for Yu-Gi-Oh!
And it only can be one.
Only one.
I wish for more desires.
Yeah, no, that's cheating.
No, but in all seriousness, I wish in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community that players would be able to play the game that they love without any sense of judgment from anyone and play the decks that they want to play or play the card game that they want to play, you know, around family, friends, peer members, the girl that they're crushing on that they'll never get,
even
whatever
Vanguard.
it is. Yeah, well, I'm just talking about, it's pot. There's no desires in Vanguard. We're talking about, I gotta protect my own first.
Yeah, for sure.
But I do wish that players in general would have a better sense of unity with each other and would respect one another a lot better. I genuinely do. Because I don't think that it's terrible, but there's always a census that if you're playing a certain deck, then you're nobody. No, let homie have fun.
Yeah. Let me play Light Swords.
Yeah, like, I mean, yeah. Like, obviously, you can give them trash or whatever, but I wouldn't. I've seen too many players just, like, not like the game because of certain players in the community or the certain mantra that a lot of players bring into the community that aren't necessarily healthy for fostering a good environment.
Right. Damn. That goes deep right here. Once again, that motivational
I wasn't trying to be deep.
You know?
I was just, like, if I had to pick one thing, I think that would be it.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I guess we finish it off right here. Do you have anything you want to shout out? Your channel, merch?
Oh, definitely. Yo, guys, you see this hot color that we got on right now? This is going on to CaliEffect.com. Don't ask me when it's going on, but it's happening. Also, shout out to my boy. You know, he the #1 Vanguard player in the world. We're going to see more videos out of both of us. We should do like a Master Duel series or something.
Oh, I'm down. I'm absolutely down. Cool.
I've been pitching Master Duel series to everybody too. So don't.
Okay.
If I hit you up and let you know the series and it just kind of like, I'm just busy.
It's okay. If I'm number B, you know, number B is fine enough.
No, you're not B. It's just, I'm just busy. That's all.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely, we should do more videos. And that's pretty much it. That's all I got to say.
Cool. Thank you so much for coming on.
No problem, dog. No problem.
Really appreciate it.
That was weird, but okay.
Yeah, we'll try it again. Try it again. Okay.
All right, that was still weird. All right, I forgot.
Try one more.
Okay, all right. I got to show you how Black Americans shake, all right?
Okay. Teach it. I'm a European white boy,
I
don't know anything.
I don't know. I used my dog, so immediately I assumed you knew.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
No,
like TJ Black. I know he might seem not black, but he black.
Okay.
So
how do we do it?
Relax. All right. Boom.
Boom.
No.
Okay.
Boom. Go like that, right?
Yeah.
Close enough.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we're not getting better than that.
It's close enough. I go. It's actually pretty good for your first try.
Couple more practices,
There you go.
next year or something. Okay, cool. I will see you soon. Ciao.